So what's going on, guys? My name is Cheshire Automotive and welcome back to the vlog. You join me on a beautiful Thursday evening. With it being midweek, you may think the car scene is a little bit quieter. That is unless, of course, you know where to go. Time to get going. And just like that, we've arrived at our destination. Ladies and gentlemen, you join me here at this quintessentially English pub. Now, as quintessentially English as this place is, during the course of this evening, this place is going to get an Italian-ness to it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is all about the Italian stallions, because we are here tonight for the Ferrari Owners Club meet, and we've got the first two attendees here now in the form of this Ferrari F12 and this Ferrari F8 Spider. But these are just the first of many cars that are going to come this evening. I mean, we've certainly got the weather for it, so I imagine we'll get some more magnificent Italian stallions coming tonight. So let's just wait and see. This isn't quite an Italian stallion, but it's something I think is quite noteworthy. This being Cheshire, we see plenty of Audi RS e-trons, and they're great cars, but something you don't see is them in red. This is the first example I've seen in red. And I've got to say, really suits the car. Hopefully I'll see a few more of these in due course. And another one that's not quite a stallion, but an Italian nonetheless, is this magnificent Maserati Gran Cabrio. Very, very nice indeed. And now we have attendee number 3 rolling in the form of this beautiful vintage Ferrari 348 Spider. Giving me a flash from the headlights. Who doesn't love those good old pop-up headlights? The 348 is here and parked up, and I've also had a chat with the owner of it. I got to this meet for 6 o'clock thinking that's when it starts, but it turns out it doesn't start at 6, it starts at 7. So if you look at the time now, it is now 6:34. It seems we've got a bit more of a wait on our hands until stuff starts to arrive, so nothing to do but wait, I'm afraid. Or maybe I do not. No sooner do I say that than this SF90 Spider shows up. How's that for a surprise appearance? Now this is starting to look more like the meets that I know. So the SF90, the F8 and the F12 are parked up over there. Over here we have the 348, and now the latest at joinee is this tailor-made Ferrari 488 Spider. Not quite sure what the name of this colour is, but it looks absolutely fabulous, especially with those black stripes. A very, very pretty car indeed. The meet is now restarting to take shape with cars like the tailor-made 488 Spider, the 348 Spider, the SF90 Spider, the 355 Spider, and now the Ferrari F12. This is shaping up to be a good evening, but give it time and this zone here and this zone over here will be a sea of stallions. It's red, it has a 4-legged animal on its badge, but it is not an Italian stallion. It is in fact the British donkey in the form of this. This is in fact the Ultima GTR. So it's been a bit of an invader here at this meet of Italian stallions, but a very, very nice addition indeed. And something you don't say every day, to see the very least. Another British invader which has come across what was supposed to be this meet of Italian stallions is this Aston Martin Vanquish. Not that I'm complaining, of course, it is a very, very good looking car. But don't worry, this is very much a meet of Ferrari still, because we've got cars like this F430, we've got another 348, we've got another F430, and behind those got my two sweet Italian V8 beauties in the form of this Ferrari 458 Italia, and over there the Ferrari 458 Spider. Just a quick little note about this particular F430. Now I see a few F430s when I'm out doing my car spotting. What you don't see very much of is F430s with a gated manual gearbox. That is very much a rarity indeed in this day and age. Now, it being a gated manual is very cool, but what is also very cool is the amount of carbon and different options that this particular car has on it. So it's got the rear carbon deck lid, it's got the gold Ferrari badge on the rear, it's got the carbon fuel filler cap, and it has the gold wheels. So yes, a very, very high spec F430 indeed. The latest Ferrari to come amongst us is this F430 Spider. It's one that's very familiar to me, as it's one that I see around Old Liège quite a lot when I'm there spotting. Now, we've had plenty of Ferraris at this event, of course, because it is a Ferrari Owners Club meet, so there's plenty of Italian cars around, and there's also the old British car around in the form of this Aston Martin Vanquish and this Ultima GTR. But there's nothing German here. Or is there? Yes, for all the German car fans amongst you, there is this Audi R8 V8, a first generation in all its glory. Now, most of the cars that have turned up to this meet tonight are indeed modern. We've got stuff like the 488 Spider, we've got the two F12s over there, but we have got the odd classics. We've got the 355 Spider, we've got the 348 Spider, And now, of course, we've got this, which is, of course, the Ferrari Dino. It's worth mentioning at this point that this is not your average Ferrari Dino. Notably, it's had all the chrome removed off the front and it's had the addition of its homemade front splitter. But in addition to those, it's also got the running gear and wheels off a Ferrari 328, and also in the back, the addition of the same V8 out of a Ferrari 328. So yeah, not your average Ferrari Dino, if I do say so myself. I have of course come to this meet to look at cars, and there have been some absolutely wonderful things come to this meet tonight, but something else that I also like to appreciate when I come to this particular location is a beautiful view with a beautiful sunset. So there's still a few stallions here, plus a couple of anomalies of what was supposed to be a Ferrari meet, but alas, the sun is starting to set. I think it's time to make tracks. Only this time, I don't have a long drive on my hands. I've just had another nice little surprise prior to leaving. Just walking back to my car, which is right there, and I find I've got this Porsche GT3 par next to me. So, my car's had some pretty good company for this evening. But now it is time to start making tracks. An excellent evening had with a great meet, and that was no one-off. So look forward to plenty more content from the next scheduled meet. A little mistake I made earlier in the video when I saw that 348 that turned up. I said it was the 348 Spider when it is in fact the 348 TS, so I need to do my homework it seems. A great selection of cars turned up to the meet, but of course I've got to pick my top three. And they were the Ferrari SF90 Spider, the Ferrari 458 Spider, and even though it was a Ferrari event, I've got to give this one a special mention. It was, of course, the Ultima GTR. But of course, that's only my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think, so be sure to let me know what your thoughts were in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram, link in the description below, and I shall see you on the next one. See you then.